Hello, and how are you doing, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Bongi, and I'm a fitness coach. I'm also an alternative healer. Today, I want us to talk about all things alternative healing. The last video that I shared with you guys was about the introduction of the channel, where I shared the fitness coaching and also a little bit about the alternative healing. So today I'm here to delve deeper into the alternative healing and also share with you the some of the questions that people would normally have and some of the questions that you might be having. Okay, so I have 4 of those questions that I want to share with you. But first and foremost, so I am an alternative healer, or maybe that's what I do, an alternative healing. You ask yourself, what is even that? So I'm going to first give you a little bit of a background about myself. My name is Bongi, and at some point I was depressed. I was crying. I was breaking the plates. I ended up, wow, before even that, I was having a lot of dandruff in my head, and the depression and everything, not being happy. Well, I didn't know that I was depressed back then. But from that situation, I ended up being admitted at a mental hospital and be taken in there for some days. And I sat there. And when I came out, that's where I needed to do some changes from the teachings that I got there and everything. Obviously, I came out of there with also the tablets to use, which is the medication, which depressants to use. So I didn't use those. So what I did instead is to actually use ways that I call its alternative ways of healing, which is alternative modalities when it comes to healing, to actually help myself being able to feel better at the end of the day. So these alternative healing ways have to do with also meditation, have to do with not feeling your emotions, trying to hide everything, have to do with trying to make sure that you come out in the open to yourself about yourself and how you're feeling in any moment, and not lie to yourself and not lie to other people by putting maybe makeup and taking selfies, and you cry only on your own, because I did that. So I had now to face the things that made me not to be able to even maybe sometimes sleep at night, not to be happy at all. So those are the kind of alternative healing ways. And obviously, with my background in terms of being a fitness coach and the person who was just going to the gym and exercising all the time and who's just built like that, who's just the person who really likes doing the exercises, it's one of the things as well, exercising, which is movement, that I did. So I did those. It's like doctors. I made sure that eating as well. Dr. Health is very happy. Dr. Movement is also very happy. Also, the mind, the doctor of the mind is also very happy. As in, I made sure that I give myself time to check with myself in all these fears and see what kind of things that I can do to make myself feel better. So I then documented these things. I also went through some of the self-development courses with people that are found online, so that I can be able to feel better. And these were delving deeper in terms of what is this? They're doing much better in terms of working with you, with your mind and with your heart, but more trying to make sure that you are more into your heart space and your body. where you can feel, because most of the time, and most of the people, and myself included, we stay more in our heads and we strategize, we think of what we can do, we want to do the hard things, and the hard things, they make us depressed and tired. We're running after the things that don't want us, because we are not familiar with what we want, and we think that what we want, we can get it outside instead of getting it from the inside. And what I've also noticed during this time is that most of the things and most of my cries were more of the things that I might have, it's more like of a self-inflicted, with me. It can be something else for you, obviously. There were more of the self-inflicted things, some of them, and some of them, they were coming back from the childhood traumas, memories, how I was treated, and all of that. So they came in now and made me a person who is following a certain way that made me not to feel happy. Okay, so that's the background. And also, the alternative healing, as terms of explaining that I ended up not using the medication, because I then used more of the alternative modalities in terms of my healing journey. Okay, now we're going to talk about the questions that I was telling you about, guys. I said I have 4 things that I want to touch in terms of this, and I don't want this video to be long as well. The 4 things is, the first one is, how did I know that I am supposed to be doing this alternative healing for other people as well? The reason why I am doing this now, it's because somehow it felt inside of me that it's time that I share with people what I have gone through and what has assisted me up to so far. And inside of me, I got to understand that there are a lot of people who are going through the same thing that I might have gone through, some of the situations, and they are not able to talk about. Some of them, they didn't even get the chance to go to a mental hospital, and some of them, they don't even have to go there, because they can be able to work with me and actually be able to frame their way of thinking and change the things around for themselves with also my help. So that's how I knew. And with my fitness coaching as also the background, I would always meet every day, and every time I would always meet with people whom are not just about only exercising. They are also about more in terms of, they have things, they have stresses in their life, they have this and that and that. How did I even see that? How did I notice it? Sometimes I wouldn't even notice anything, but after a session with them, they would be then sending me a text and telling me that, oh my goodness, what you said there, I was like giving up when I was exercising, and then what you said there, it was like very good. And they would talk to me about things, via WhatsApp, and telling me, separately, outside of the group that we have, and they will be like telling me things, and I will be advising them, and they would go and maybe do those things, and when they come back, they'll be like, oh, this thing is actually assisting me, what else can I do, all of that. So that's where I saw that, oh wow, there are a lot of people who are actually going through the same things that I'm going through, and I can be able then to avail, if I were to be able to avail myself out there, I can be able to help more people to feel better, because I know how it's like to be depressed and feel like you are in a hole, alone, dark space, and everybody is happy and you're not. You can't even notice a fly flying or sitting somewhere. You can't even feel it, because you are so concentrating on some idea of whatever, whether it's something horrible that happened to you and all of that, but you're holding on to a lot of pain inside of you in such a way that your body is sick on the outside, because there is that thing about things that we don't take care of, things that might be in our minds and things that might be somewhere inside of us, and they are there and they are causing us so much pain. Whatever these things that are soft, they have a way of coming out in the physical realm where we can see them coming out as a rash, coming out as an old face, and dark and all of that, as in feeling depressed, you having a headache that you can say, I have a headache, it's pounding, you having a dandruff like what I was having, a dandruff, because it manifested itself, my way of depression manifested itself via dandruff, and it could manifest itself to you via you having abdominal cramps, menstrual that are not right, and low self-esteem, down here below your navel, you might be feeling a lot of pain, cold and everything. You might have been diagnosed by a doctor that you have PCOS or you have some cysts, because there are a lot of things and painful stuff that you're holding on inside of you, and they are causing you so much pain on the outside that you would feel. Okay, so that's how I knew that I then need to help people. Second thing, so the second question, who should then come to me and I work with them in a one-on-one session? I work with people who might have gone through the same thing that I've gone through, who might be sad right now, who might have been having boyfriends and they've gone through a lot of stuff through relationships, people who might have been having kids that might be, sometimes you have kids that kids that are disabled are abled in a certain or different way than how we are, and you feel like you are the only one, you are there, you are depressed, you can't do anything, you are trying to be like there as a parent, but you are going through your own stuff and things, and maybe your partner is not there to help you with these things. There are a lot of people, and there are a lot of things that causes people to have depression, and it has nothing to do with money. Yes, money, you can be depressed because you don't have money, but there's a lot of things. Some of the things and most of the things are the ones that come from the childhood traumas that we have gone through as people, and these things, they kind of frame us until we then say, we kind of go back to what has happened, we accept it as it is, and we heal from that, and then we start now to take our power and we move forward. And so those are the kind of people who have held on to relationships for a long time, knowing very well that this relationship is not working, but they have to just hold on because somehow they think that they are not enough without these people. They cannot survive without a person. They cannot do this on their own. They cannot be on their own and stuff. So there are a lot of things you can think of. There are a lot of things that you can think of. Just there are a lot of things. For me, is that all I wanted to be a guy. I wanted to be a guy at home. I thought that I was a guy. I thought that my family wanted a boy, and I grew up doing the boy stuff, making sure that I'm there for everyone. I shut off all my emotions just to make sure that I just become the guy and work so hard to do a lot of things, and it got me into a lot of pain where when I then look back and be like, but who am I? Then I don't know myself because I'm known as the person who is doing whatever. Who is this? Who is this? Who is this? Or, where there are situations where you do and they consume you so much that you're thinking, if this might go away and somebody is asking you, who are you? The only thing that you would know is that you know your name, but you don't know the things that tickles your fancy. You don't know because you were so much invested into other things that don't maybe serve you fully. So yeah, it is those and more. The third question is that how is the session done? We do the session on Zoom with you. Set up an appointment. We do it on Zoom. Each and every session is different. But wait, it is so different. Because we are unique as people. Things that come out of a session and things that you should be doing through our engagement and through what the Spirit is saying you should do, then you go on to do those. And most of the time, these things are things that are more customized to you and to what you might have gone through as a person. So there is no one size fits all in terms of this. Yeah. So that's basically that. And we sit privately for an hour on Zoom and we chat. Yeah, you cry if you have to, all of that. So, but yeah, healing is ugly, guys. It's not easy, and that's the reason why people, they would rather take medication than facing exactly how they are feeling. And taking medication is not a problem, guys. I took medication, but you need not to stay there. Medication is just for a short period. You are being given sometimes antibiotics at a hospital. They say use them for whatever, a week. But imagine if you have to live on a certain medication. What does it mean? It means that medication, it's not really meant to make you feel good. It's just there to make the symptoms to go down. It's not helping you to go deeper into the source of the issue. But in our session, we actually try to go deeper into the source of the issue and talk about that. And also, disclaimer, guys, I am not a psychologist. I'm not a therapist. I do these because I guess it's one of the things that I was supposed to do. And the reason why I went through what I went through, it's because I was being trained so that I can be able to do what I'm doing now, which is something that is more spiritual than anything. Okay, yeah. The fourth thing is, what are the common issues that I get from a session? Like I've said already, most of the issues, they come from the childhood traumas. Everything that might have happened to you when you were a child, everything. It might have been that you were abused, you were not taken care of by your parents, you were abandoned, you were taken care of so much by your parents, like you were taken like an egg. And that also, it causes so much pain because they play out to you as an adult and you feel like you cannot do things on your own. You need validation from people. You go out maybe searching for love because you were not loved when you were a kid. You run away from things and from people, and you always get into relationships knowing that they're still going to leave you because you have abandonment issues. You can't trust anymore. So there are a lot of these things that I then find out, and I've went through the ugliest. I still go through some of these things in my life as well, on my own, just trying to actually go, because they go in levels and layers. They come out and come out and come out each and every time. Some of the triggers, they just go like, but I solved you, but then they're like, I'm here again. So those are the kind of things that we deal with. And I've once shared, I have a 3-part series. I don't think I've posted all of these 3-part things that I did on Facebook, that are actually talking about some of the mistakes that we do for happiness. And they all come from the same pot that they could make us depressed. They are coming from childhood experiences and all of that. So that's all that I do, and I'm excited, guys, to welcome you and to work with whoever who thinks that they could work with me on a one-on-one session on this, I'm available for bookings. I'm going to put my number there for you to set up an appointment with me, and let's get in touch and start healing, guys. This is the year of healing. From now on, we need to be healing so that we are a better nation, better people to be around ourselves and to be around others as well. Okay, guys, thank you so much. Thank you so much. Remember, I didn't want this video to be long. Thank you so much for watching. I'm gonna be dropping a little bit and bits and pieces of specifically the alternative healing thing, alternative healing thing, yeah, let's call it like that, that because most of the people don't know it, and most of the people don't understand, you know, what's up and all of that. But this video, I tried to unpack everything so that you can be able to know exactly what you're getting yourself into when you book a session with me for that, Shandis. Okay, all right, guys, thank you so much. Please share the video. Please share the video. We have a lot of people that can benefit into to getting this information. Share the video with your friends, family members, your people, your teenagers. They need to hear this. We have a lot of teenagers who needs help. We have a lot of older people, a lot of guys who needs help, who need to talk. Let's share the video and like the video as well. All right, guys, thank you so much. Enjoy and enjoy. I'll see you again later. Bye bye.